We have some of the best featherweights in the world in here competing right now.
Here's our tail of the tape. Max Coga, slightly taller fighter, 3-inch reach advantage, and a 2.5-inch leg reach advantage. He will be moving around a lot, trying to stay on those feet. He feels like he has an advantage in the striking game over Lance Palmer, and of course, the former All-American wants to get this to the ground. Joe Martinez gets PFL Playoffs started now inside of our cage.
And now, fight fans, we are set to go. PFL Playoffs underway. 2 rounds this scheduled in this quarterfinal featherweight throwdown. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is the number 7 featherweight seed, a judo practitioner. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, he weighed in officially 145.5 pounds. In 25 professional bouts, his record, 20 victories and 5 defeats. Fighting out of Frankfurt, Germany, here is Max Coga! And across the cage stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He's a wrestler standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at the featherweight limit, 146 pounds. This 17-fight veteran has a record standing at 14 victories and 3 defeats. He is the former World Series of Fighting featherweight champion of the world, the number 2 seeded featherweight, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Columbus, Ohio. Here is the party. Lance Palmer! And your referee in charge of the action, Gabe Barona.
There's his dad, Dwayne, from Lance Palmer. You can see, I mean, they look alike. Identical.
He and his dad?
Yeah.
Well,
Crazy.
his dad's a little bit bigger version of Lance.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Like 100 pounds.
Also saw Clay Guida in the background there, right behind Lance's father, spectating, watching some great PFL fights tonight.
I saw him this morning in the elevator. Crazy guy. I love that guy.
Crazy hair.
2-round fight here in our quarterfinal featherweight matchup. Lance Palmer in the green shorts is the 2 seed. Max Coga in the black shorts is the 7 seed.
Threatening with the knee, Coga is doing. Get inside the head of Palmer, and if he shoots, he's going to knee him in the face.
Coga said his takedown defense is his footwork.
I wouldn't do that, the single kick.
There's a single leg, nice finish, takedown by Palmer.
So that's what Lance Palmer wanted to do early, get this thing to the ground. And now it's on Max Coga to try and either work from his back or get back up to handle things with his striking.
Coga using a mission control, trapping, trying to trap that arm on the mat of Lance Palmer.
Which works in the beginning of the round because they're not sweating.
Still dry. You're gonna have good friction, be able to hold those positions much better than you can when you're sweating.
Palmer's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's controlling that other hip, not letting the left hip of Max Coga get away from him so that Coga can get the angle that he's looking for.
In his first regular season fight, Max Coga took on a very tough opponent in Timur Valiev, who unfortunately is out of the playoffs with an injury. Very close fight, but it was the takedown advantage for Valiev that proved to be the difference. And so Max Coga worked off his back in his first regular season fight quite a bit. Strategically, maybe not as good of an idea to be comfortable here because the winner of the first round, that's the tiebreaker should you split it 1-1 after 2.
Coga doing a good job of staying active on the bottom. He's certainly not content. He's trying to push away, create distance, and make Lance Palmer work to keep him down there. But Lance Palmer is doing just that, keeping him on his back.
So while these two work inside the cage, you see Alexandre Becerra, who's one of our other featherweight quarterfinalists. He potentially will face the winner of this bout later on tonight.
Yeah, being backstage in a tournament, you know, you're warming up, but you're also paying attention to what's happening when your potential next round opponent is up, but you also can't focus on that at the same time. There's a lot of things going on in your head, and you kind of have to manage all of that to keep yourself focused and not get out of position.
Jessie Palmer, Lance Palmer's wife, at ringside watching her husband.
Guys, a lot of times we'll see Lance Palmer take
a leg lock
down.
attempt here by Coga.
He'll immediately work for submissions or ground and pound, but Max Coga has him on the defensive right now, even from top.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to pull one off from that position.
Palmer doing a nice job of keeping weight on that leg and not letting him isolate it anymore. Coga getting there.
Palmer answers with some ground and pound to make Coga rethink his commitment to that leg lock.
Yeah, he goes, and I'm going to get hit, and am I going to grab it?
Half guard now by Palmer.
He needs to work harder because this round for sure is going to be for Palmer.
Coga needs to push the head, not the shoulder, but push on the head. Put all the pressure on the neck of Palmer to try and create some space so that he can actually engage his hips, because that's what Palmer's controlling. He's just controlling his hips.
Palmer's trapped that bottom arm now. He's got the seat belt that's going to take away one of Coga's arms and allow Palmer to maybe do some damage from this top position.
Palmer now has landed 15 strikes against the cage here, and there's Andre Harrison, another quarterfinalist. Doesn't look like right this moment he's paying attention to the results of this fight, but 30 seconds left here in round number 1 in our 2 versus 7 matchup. A little bit of blood there on the face of Lance Palmer, maybe just a cut, like a slight scratch. Action, gentlemen, action, go. Well, fellas, Lance Palmer with an impressive first round, not only because this opponent is so tough, but because we kind of knew what he wanted to do. Go out there, take it to the ground, establish dominance from the top position, and he imposed his will here.
The great thing about this also is this, you don't get a lot of injuries. You know, there's not a lot of striking. So it's
Here's
perfect
the shot. We're gonna watch Palmer set up this single leg.
He just timed it perfectly.
Nice. Runs the pipe, dumps Coga right to his backside, and it settles into a good, solid top position.
From there, he just worked, ground out the positions, kept himself out of danger, was able to keep that pressure on Coga. Every transition, every move they made, every position they went to, he stayed on top. And that's just Division I wrestling right there. That's high-level Division I wrestling.
Jesse Palmer.
Lance's wife watching attentively as her husband takes the first round, probably. I mean,
I had that a 10-9 round for Palmer. Control of where that fight happened, the whole round, the whole 5 minutes. Coga's going to have to really open up and make something happen in this second round. Just winning the second round isn't enough now.
Under this format, everybody, that means Max Coga has to come out looking for a finish in round 2 if he hopes to advance
round 2.
and have an opportunity in these playoffs to win the $1 million at the featherweight champion.
So either a finish or a 10-8 round, right? That's what you're saying?
He needs a finish. He needs a 10-8 round.
And to do that, he has to mitigate his aggression. He can't come in so hard that Palmer can change levels, get on him, and pick him up and put him on his back again. Because we see that he's going to have a very hard time getting up from underneath the
There's the head fake. There's a single leg attempt. Nice single leg. Coga doing a nice job of posting, scrambling to get out of it. Nice job by Coga.
Nice job, yes.
And an excellent job by Lance Palmer of making him pay on the feet with that nice left hand, proving he is not one-dimensional as that wrestler. Head kick misses there for Coga.
Seemed like Coga faked the shot and a head kick also.
Shot, right hand, head kick. That's quite a combination.
Inside Lance Palmer's corner.
The double leg.
Coga working back toward the fence here right in front of us.
Coga's got to push down on the top of the head, put all the pressure on the neck, and turn his hips over. Actually, he should switch his hands and turn the other way, but it's too late now.
Palmer trying to climb into
And he's got
back mount position. Good seatbelt. Got that far wrist ride. Lance Palmer doing a nice job. Wrestling 101, just controlling his opponent.
Time is the enemy here for Coga, who needs a finish. Easier said than done against somebody like Lance Palmer.
Yeah. 4-time All-American. On top of you, not a good thing.
Palmer doing a good job of keeping at least one of Coga's legs occupied at all times.
Almost full mount position now. Depending on how Coga responds here, he may end up giving up full mount, which is what he ends up doing. Lance Palmer is on him like a barnacle. He cannot scrape him off.
Yeah.
And look, it's a low-risk strategy for Lance Palmer, but you got to spend an extra 2-3 minutes in the cage. With the layoff he'll have tonight, though, probably not a concern.
You know, he's in great shape. He's going to have probably 2 hours before he's going to be out for a semifinal match. That's assuming that things continue the way they're going right now for Lance Palmer.
Yeah, and he's taking no damage. That's the big part of it.
The thing, yep.
He does have a tiny abrasion on the cheek that should not force him out. I've seen crazier things. That should not cause him any problems moving forward for the night.
It's just a kiss. It's just a
It's just a flesh wound.
Really a flesh wound.
Little Monty Python reference for the folks.
Palmer with the low mount, bind in, crossing those feet, locking his hips on top of Max Coga's hips, making it very difficult for Coga to get out from underneath him.
I mean, it's a nightmare if you've got anybody on top of you like this. If it's an All-American wrestler, it's that much worse.
Nice job by Coga now. Create that scramble. Got to watch for the up kick.
Looking for the leg again.
Coga trying to find a way through the back door and isolate a leg of Lance Palmer.
Let's go for knee bar
Got to
now.
be very, very careful here. Palmer's going to find himself in trouble if he's not careful. Trying to isolate the knee bar. He's Max
For
Coga.
heel hook now. He's going to roll it in.
He's got
Palmer's got to turn. He's got to turn. He's got to clear his left
dangerous
leg.
moment in the fight here for Lance Palmer. Max Coga is cranking on that heel hook.
And that could...
This can affect, if Palmer gets out of this can affect him in the second round of the tournament.
Heel hook is
Also,
one of those techniques where you don't feel anything until you go to stand up, and then all of a sudden your knee is junk.
Oh, and he's trapped.
He's got some
His legs are
tough-
trapped. He's got to get his right leg free.
and able to continue to turn and take that pressure off of his heel.
Koga's got to bend,
He's got
drive
to
with his hips.
leg. He's got to push the toe. Can't go for
Palmer's
the
out.
toe hold.
Palmer's not in too much danger now because his hips are free.
Yeah, now he can roll with it. Still, there is a chance for a knee bar, but his knee is lower, I think. I don't think.
Final 20 seconds of the fight here.
And Max Coga's hands are now open, no longer has those hands locked. Tense few moments there for Lance Palmer, and obviously for Coga, who thought maybe he was going to throw up that Hail Mary submission and get it. Lance Palmer avoids disaster in the second round of this 2-round bout.
Wow.
Wow. What an interesting development here, and I'm watching closely to see how Lance Palmer walks around the cage.
So,
He looks to be fine.
But you know that's adrenaline right now.
yeah. And even if he feels it with that adrenaline, he's going to hide it for us because he doesn't want his opponents backstage watching to see it.
Dangerous, dangerous moment there for Lance Palmer. Max Coga shows why he is in the PFL Season 1. He's in PFL 8 here in the playoffs. Fighting all the way through to the end. A really, really impressive performance. There's the left hand. And here comes another takedown. That was really the story of this fight, Randy, as we thought maybe it would be.
Yeah, Lance Palmer did an amazing job. Did exactly what he needed to do, find a way to get this fight to the ground, and was literally on Max Coga like a rat on a Cheeto, was just not going to let him go.
Rats are very fond of Cheetos. Total strikes in this fight. Lance Palmer landed 48 of his 68 attempted strikes. And what happens when you put someone on their back? They only get to throw 8 punches at you. Coga only landed 4 of his 8. And here's that heel hook.
Very nice job isolating Lance Palmer's leg, getting him out of position. Changed from what looked like an attempted knee bar to this heel hook. Traps Palmer really well. Was just unable to get Palmer to tap.
There's the reaction of Lance Palmer's father.
I wonder what his blood pressure is right there.
Joe Martinez has our official decision inside the PFL playoff cage.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 10 minutes, 2 rounds of action, we go to the judges. All three have it. 2018 for your winner. He's advancing to the semifinals tonight. The party, Lance Palmer.